Hello and welcome. Today I've got some finger picking blues for you. So if you enjoy the blues, you like finger picking, then you're going to enjoy this lesson. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to play a little bit of a blues in A, okay? This sort of thing, okay? Bit of Travis picking. Okay, that sort of thing, okay? I'm going to teach you a little bit of a breakdown how to do that and why it's so cool. You know, I'm a massive fan of guitarists like Chet Atkins and Tommy Emmanuel and Mark Knopfler. You know, they all like that sort of finger picking style, Travis picking style. It's really obvious when you hear people like Chet do it particularly, and Tommy. Mark Knopfler's a bit more subtle. He kind of modernized the sound a little bit, but either way, but all great players, all really, really wonderful players, and a lot to learn from those, okay? But the thing is, when people want to play that sort of stuff, it's really difficult at first. It's like, oh, what's going on there? There's lots of different notes, there's lots of things going on, and you can hear it with all the great blues players. And it really blew my mind trying to learn that stuff to start with. So the simple thing to do is basically take any simple chord, you know. Let's do an A7 chord because it's a blues, you know, 7th chords work really well. So that's fret 2 of the D string, fret 2 of the B string, and open strings with it, okay, from the A string. And you just get the chord sounding good first. Okay, when you're happy with the chord, make sure you're not pressing too hard, relax, breathe, okay, so you're not all tense, okay. And then what we want to do is just get the thumb going. So all we're going to do is pluck the A string, then the D string. Okay, and just count basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if you want to do a bit of palm muting, then you can. Okay, I'll talk about that a little bit more at the end of palm muting, okay? Well, basically you get the heel of your hand, the side there, put it on where the strings meet the bridge, and it dampens the sound. And you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And then on beat 1, you just pluck the high E string with it, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you could do the B string instead on beat 1. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1 is always the A string here, 2 is the D string, 3 is the A string, 4 is the D string, and there with the thumb, okay? But then you could switch between the high E and B string melody note on beat 1. So you could do high E for the first bar, and then B string for bar 2, and then after 4 we'll do both of them, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you start off like that, okay? Then you can get a bit fancier, okay? There's so many different ways you can do this, but you don't want to just dive into trying to do this thing to start with. Okay, because otherwise it could be a bit confusing, especially when you try it, you know, with speed. So you just start off with that. That gives you the first 4 bars of a 12-bar blues. Then you can switch to a D7. So fret 2 of the G string, fret 1 of the B, 2 of the high E. Your thumbnail will pluck the D string and then the G string. But you could do the same idea as what we did for the A7 chord. So D string and high E string. Then G string, D string, high E string. Okay, and just do that for 2 bars. It's 6 bars of a 12-bar blues. So far it would sound like this. Okay, then you go back to the A7 for 2 more bars. Then you can do an E7 chord, okay? For 1 bar. D7 for 1 bar. And back to the A7 for 2 bars. Okay, and that gives you like a 12-bar blues there. Okay, the E7th, you can do it in a few different ways. Easiest way is just to do fret 2 of the A string and 1 of the G string. And then switch to that D7. And then at the end, you get the 2 bars of A. But see how you can do like a little bit of a breakdown there, okay? But if you want to spice it up, okay, I promise you, I'm going to show you this now. The spicy version would be like this. That's a spicy pattern, that's quite cool. And what we're doing there, you have to take your time with this, really be patient with this, by the way. We're using what we've already done as a template, but then we're spicing it up with extra notes. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is on beat 1. We're actually not going to have the whatever fingers on the B string. It's going to be an open B string. Okay, so you're going to pluck the A string open and the B string open. And then you're going to hammer onto the B string. That's beat 1. A string and B string open with a hammer onto the B string. And then beat 2 is that D string. So you go. And then the end of beat 2 is the high E string open. Okay, so beat 1, beat 2, and together that sounds like this. And that's the hardest bit actually. If you get that right, the rest of it's not too difficult. But notice I'm keeping my middle finger on that D string in position, okay, throughout. It doesn't move. I'm not taking all the fingers off and then putting them on. I'm keeping an anchor point with that middle finger, fret 2 of the D string. So you got beat 1. Beat 2 there, okay? Beat 1 and 2. And then beat 3 is just the A string, and beat 4 is just the D string. So that's very simple, beats 3 and 4. And that's what you get when you speed it up. But then you can vary it like that with different melody notes, pull-offs instead of hammer-ons. But you want to get good at that to start with. Nice and slow. Beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4. Get the movements right. Keep watching the video if you need to. Because at first it might feel like you're all fingers and thumbs and it's just like, what the hell's going on? I know I was for ages, but it was because I didn't know the movements. I wasn't sure of what the movements are with the picking hand. I was like, am I doing this? Am I doing that? I've not got it ingrained. So you need to slow it down and slow it right down. Try and get the tune in your head, but practice it slowly. See if you can do that 10 times in a row. And then after a while, it all starts to sink in. And what your brain hears, your fingers will follow. And you can start doing that and incorporate it into 12-bar blues. But that's a big lesson if I was to teach you exactly all that in a 12-bar blues. So what you really want to do is get good at the basic pattern, get good at the fancy pattern, and then take one of those, particularly ideally the basic pattern, and turn that into a 12-bar blues. And then you can do the same with the fancy pattern and start varying it. And after a while, you just start experimenting. You get all these different exciting flavors coming. You're like, oh man, this is so cool. I could just hammer on here, pull off here, and do all this sort of stuff. And you can go even more, to town with that sort of idea. Tommy Emmanuel, like the master of doing that sort of stuff. But finger picking is great. I love it. Blues is great. Put the two together, it's like bang, you got a wonderful world of music. Okay, it's really exciting. But if you want more help from me, finger picking, playing basic technique, playing patterns. There's 10 different patterns in this book, which is really cool. Each one of them is unique and different. A lot of fun. Some Travis picking in there. There's lots of stuff in technique and rhythm and basics and just having fun, because that's what it's all about. So if you want that, go to fingerstyle101.com/book and get that. You can get it from Amazon as well, but you don't get the spiral bound version on Amazon. You only get it through me because, limited copies, and Amazon don't do it because they're evil. I'm joking, Amazon. They're alright, really. I don't know why they don't do the spiral bound versions, but, guitarists love them. Okay, so you can check that out there. And if you want some more finger picking, check out this video here. Most of all, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye-bye.